I was born in Middlesbrough. My dad, Neil, is from Glasgow. My mum is from Redcar. I have 4 sisters and a brother, 2 of which are 18, one's 27 and one is 13. Sorry, I had to think about it. Middlesbrough is the arse crack of Britain, but it's taught me a lot. You know, it's got a bit of culture and a bit of grit about it. So I don't know. I kind of thank coming from Middlesbrough because I think everybody is quite straight up there. Typical James Arthur day in Middlesbrough would probably be if I was in Middlesbrough, because Middlesbrough's like the city, you know, like the town. I live by the sea, which is not far from Middlesbrough. So I'd go to Middlesbrough to do my gigs and stuff like that, mainly. Growing up, I had a lot of influences because my mum would play soul music, R&B, and all kinds of stuff, like from David Bowie to Michael Jackson, to Paul Rodgers, Prince. I remember Prince was kind of prominent in our house, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, people like that. My mum had quite an eclectic taste. And then my dad was just really into metal music, heavy metal, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, you know, AC/DC, all the classic bands. And so I kind of got embroiled in different styles of music, and I think they just sort of imprinted upon my consciousness. And when I tried to create my own music, those influences came into play and gave me my own kind of style. So I applied for the X Factor primarily because my phone was going off the hook the morning that the X Factor came to Middlesbrough. All my friends were saying, look, if you don't do it, we're going to disown you. We're finished with you if you don't put yourself forward for it. So I just did it. I just went for it, and I should have been putting myself forward for stuff like that. At that time, I was the right side of 25. I wasn't getting anywhere with my music. So, you know, the best platform in the world was the X Factor, and I found it to be, there's a lot of pressure involved in that experience, but I learned a lot from it, and you know, I came out the other side of that being like a different man altogether. You know, a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit better socially, and a lot happier, I think, overall. Because the X Factor gives you like this artist development in a short space of time. It gives you personal development in a short space of time, because you have to learn a hell of a lot. You get thrown in at the deep end. You know, there's a million different people giving their opinion, and you have to learn which opinions to throw away and which opinions to keep and really think about. And you know, if you get caught up in it, it can be detrimental. But thankfully, I didn't. I was mature, and I got through it. And the X Factor really has changed my life. It's brilliant. At the moment I won the X Factor, I was pretty shell-shocked. I don't really remember a lot of that moment, because I was expecting them to say Charmaine, to be honest with you. So thinking back, it was just a bit of a blur, really. I'll drink a bit of this tea. Yeah, it was a bit of a blur. But it was a happy moment, obviously. You know, I think a lot of young people nowadays go through disagreements with their families and whatnot, and fallouts, and not necessarily feeling like they fit into a family or whatever, and I was no different. I was the only boy in the family, so I think I was a bit of a rebel due to a few different things that I won't go into, because I'm going to save that for when I'm, telling my stories and my music. But it was tough for me, and I got through it just by believing that something better would come along. When you hit the bottom, I think some sort of reserve tank kicks in and helps you carry on, and that's what happened for me. I just carried on. I didn't give up. If I wasn't doing music, I don't think I would have anything to do. In all honesty, I think I was probably born to be a creative person. Yeah, I can't really do much else. I mean, I always wanted to either be a footballer or a musician, and I ain't that good at football, so so it was music for me. I'd probably end up working in a shop or something. The best advice I've ever received, is what I was talking about earlier. It was from Nicole, because I'm the type of guy that will take everybody's opinion on board and end up having an anxiety attack because I've got so many voices in my head. But Nicole kind of taught me how to channel stuff, kind of wade through a bit of bullshit and pick out the stuff that really matters, how to boil stuff down and really identify what the real issues are and what the real solutions are, and just move forward. Basically, just always try to move forward. Never ever stand still or go back. Be brave. I find inspiration from my lyrics, I think mainly from life experience, from the past, and other artists, obviously, how other people tell stories. Like music, essentially, is storytelling. Or my personal favorite, type of music is in story form, yeah, I think when you've kind of seen a little bit of shit, you can put yourself in that place and feel that way when you're recording vocals. I think it's kind of an inbuilt thing for an artist. Like, if you feel a certain way, you can convey it if you're a good enough professional. In this crazy old business that we all love, I would like to achieve, trying to think how to put it, I would like as many people as possible to hear my music, and whether or not they like it or not, whether or not it's their type of thing, they see what I'm doing as a positive thing, they see. I'd like to make music that helps people. I'd like to make music that people can put on when they're feeling like shit and feel like they're not on their own. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'd like to achieve longevity. I'd like to make a lot of money. I'd like to make films. I'd like to do a lot of things. I feel so blessed. I feel privileged. Going to France and places like that. Just going into Europe, should I say, and seeing mass amounts of support is extremely encouraging for me. It makes me want to stay in the studio for longer and put more effort into my music, and it inspires me to be more creative and try and inspire more people, because I've seen what it can do for people. Like, I've seen what just that song "Impossible" has done for a lot of kids. Like, they all love the tune and take something from it. I get a lot of tweets, people saying You know, this song, I didn't write it, but I'm so glad that my interpretation makes people feel better, you know what I'm saying?